everyone, in this video I'm gonna explain loop prevention in OSPF with the help of lab. So basically loop prevention in OSPF is divided into intra-area and inter-area. So Dijikestra's shortest path first algorithm is used to calculate OSPF routes. This is a way in which a tree is built for each and every router with the router itself as root. So basically this is the way to prevent loop in intra area. Now move to inter area. So there is no common topology that is shared between different areas. So basically it relies on backbone area, that is area 0, for exchanging inter-area routes between different areas. So loop prevention is based on distance vector principles in inter-area. So there are 3 distance vector principles for OSPF inter-area routes. Let's get started. As per first principle, ABR is a router that has at least one interface in area 0. So let's see in lab how does it work. So here you can see router R1, R2 and R3. They are in router R1, R2 and R3. They are in area 1. Router R3, R4 and R5. They are in area 2. R1, R4 and R6. They are in area 0. So now let's check in a router that what exactly ABR for that particular router. So we are aware that in a particular area topology is same on all the routers. So let's check in R2 what is border router here. Show IP OSPF border router. So as you can see here, R1 is the border router here. So we have only one border router in area 1, that is R1. Now see, show IP OSPF database. As we can see that R2 is receiving summary LSAs from only one border router, only one router, that is R1, that is border router. So show IP route. So let's see how it is reaching R5 router, R1 to R5. So it is reaching R1 to R2 to R5 using R1. So next hop for R2 to reach to R5 is R1. So if you see here, these all are Ethernet link and cost of each and every link is 10. So now R2 to R1 is 10, R1 to R6, R6 to R4 and R4 to R5, total 40 and 1 for loopback. So total cost here is 41. Though R3 is present between area 1 and area 2, it is not a ABR. Why? Because it does not have any interface in area 0. So let's check that. We can see it is not ABR. We have already seen that it is not ABR. It does not have anything in area 0. So now what we will do, let's create an interface and put that in area 0. So if you see here, so I will put this particular interface in area 0. So now go again to R2 and check. So first of all, let's check area border routers. Now you can see here R3. Now our R3 3.3.3.3 is router ID. So now we can see that R3 is an ABR. Why it is an ABR? Because we have created an interface and we have put that in loopback 0. Now check database. Show IP OSPF database. Now R2 is learning LSAs. Now R2 is receiving LSAs through R3 as well, right? So it is receiving LSAs from R3. Okay, now move to second principle. Here ABR expects summary LSA from area 0 only, means that there should be at least one adjacency in full state built over area 0 interface. In case if ABR has such adjacency, it will ignore summary LSAs received from non-backbone areas. These LSAs will be installed in database but will not be used for SPF calculation. So what does that mean? Let's see this through our example. So if you see here, R1 is connected to R6 and R3. Okay, suppose that in this, let's see, R1 have full adjacency with R6 router. So this is what it has, full adjacency in area 0. R1 is connected to R3, but it is not, this full adjacency is not there in area 0. R3 has an interface, but that is loopback interface. Loopback interface are not physical interfaces. They will not have any other end. So loopback 0 is like one-ended interface. It is not connected to any other interface in area 0. So it does not have full adjacency. So if we will check OSPF database in R1, show IP OSPF database. So you can see that R1 is receiving LSAs from R3 as well. So let's check route for router 5 from R1. So you see that R1 is going to R5 through R6. So it is using R1 to R6, R6 to R4, R4 to R5. Why? Because with R6 it has full adjacency. It does not have full adjacency with R3. So it is using 10 Ethernet links. It is using 3 Ethernet link, each cost 10, 10, 10, 10, and 1 for loopback. So total cost is 31. 10, 10, and total cost is 31. So what we can say, we can see that R1 is receiving LSAs from R3, but let's confirm that it is not using these LSAs. So let's go to R6 and see, show IP OSPF database. So as we are aware that within an area we have same database. So R1 is not forwarding anything, or R3 is not forwarding any LSAs to R6. So we cannot see anything in summary LSA getting received from router R3. Okay, why? Because R3 does not have full adjacency. How can we achieve this? We can achieve full adjacency using virtual links. What is virtual link and what basically is this concept? So concept of virtual links come from a situation where we have some areas that are not directly connected to area 0. So it basically came from concept where we cannot redesign, and we do not have any we have some areas that are not directly connected to area 0. So what virtual link is useful, it virtually creates a link between one area to area 0, though they are not directly connected. So it creates an impression of a link. So how we will create? Let's create virtual link. So just go to router OSPF, inside OSPF. So where we are over which area we are creating? Area 1. And what we are creating? Virtual link. So what we will do now, we will provide router ID. We will not provide IP address. We will provide router ID of other router to which we will be connecting virtual link to. Okay. Now do same thing on R3 as well. Before that, let's first create a loop back. I do not have any loop back, so let's create a loop back here, so that we can simply remove that loop back later if required. Oh, I think we have already created a interface. Let me check. SPF, sorry, show IP interface. Yes, we already created this interface, and this is already created. Let's check what is current configuration for OSPF. So what we need to create a virtual interface. So just go to this router config and area 1. We are creating it over area 1 virtual link and router ID of other router to which we are creating, yani means neighboring router ID. So as soon as we click this, our virtual link is up. So how can we check this? Show IP OSPF neighbor, right? It is connected. Show IP OSPF interface brief to see this particular virtual link. This is point to point and it is through area 0, right? Similarly, we can check in R1. Right? So now go to R6 and check what is situation there. Now R6, if you see, R6 is receiving summary LSAs from R3 because R3 now have full adjacency with area 0, right? Earlier it didn't had any summary LSA from R3. Now it has summary LSAs from R3. So now go back to router 1 and see. Now see, earlier in order to go to R5, R1 was using, if we see, yeah, R1 was using R6 router. Now let's see what is situation now. Here now if you see that R1 is going to 5.5 route, that is R5 through R3. Why? Because this route is shorter in this R1 to R3 than R3 to R5. It is using only cost of 21. Here you can see cost of 21 because it is shorter, it is less cost path. That's the reason R1 is preferring through R3 instead of R6. And now R3 have full adjacency. Earlier R3 does not have full adjacency. That's the reason R1 was preferring R6, though it was longer path. Okay. So this got sorted. Now let's move to last principle. So as per this principle, ABR will accept and use summary LSAs learned over non-backbone area if it does not have a full adjacency built over an area 0 interface. Okay. So what does that mean? It means, suppose that in this situation R1 was connected to R6 and R3 both. Though R3 had a loopback interface that was in area 0, but it didn't had full adjacency, and R1 had full adjacency with its with router R6 through its interface 0/Ethernet 0/2, this interface. Okay, so it was preferring R6, but when we created virtual link, it started preferring R3 because it was shorter path. But before creating virtual link, because there was only one link with full adjacency, that was R6, so it was preferring R6. But if we look at R2, R2 is connected to two links. One is R1 and other is R3, but none of them is in area 0. So in this situation, it does not have any link that is connected to area 0, right? So what it will happen, it will simply accept anything. So before showing you that, let's remove virtual link that we created. Show IP OSPF neighbor. So yeah, this virtual link is there. Let's remove this virtual link. How we will do that? Just go to router OSPF and do no to virtual link command. Okay, now go to R1 also and do no to this command. Router ID of R3 that we put earlier. Just we have done no to both the commands, so you can see that this virtual link has been detached or down. So now check show IP OSPF neighbor. So you can see there is no virtual link now, right? Show IP OSPF interface brief. No virtual link, right? There is no virtual link now. So now go and check same on R3 as well. Show IP OSPF neighbor. No virtual link, right? And show IP OSPF interface brief. You can see there is no virtual link now, right? So there is no virtual link. So now what is situation? We have one, how many border routers we have? Let's check. Show IP OSPF border. So we have R1 and R3, because you remember previously we created a loopback and we have put that in area 0. R3 does not have full adjacency with area 0, but it has one interface that is created in area 0. So if we check show IP OSPF database here, so R2 is learning LSA, summary LSA from R3 as well as R1. So what is happening here? So R2 does not have any interface with which it has full adjacency, and that interface is in area 0. So it does not have any interface in area 0 with which it has full adjacency. It basically does not have any interface in area 0 itself, and R3 is the router that has one interface in area 0 but does not have full adjacency with area 0. Right now, what was our situation? If ABR, if ABR will be accepted and use summary LSA learned over non-backbone areas, if it does not have full adjacency over area 0. So now you can see that R2 does not have full adjacency with area 0, right? It does not have any interface that is connected to area 0, so it will accept and learn routes from R3. There won't be any issue like R1. So if you'll check show IP route, now this is R3, so let's check it on R2. So now it is learning route to R5 using R3. This is R3 and cost is 21. R2 to R3, R3 to R5, and 1 for loopback. Total cost is 21. So it is using summary LSA that was given by R3 though R3 does not have full adjacency with area 0, because R2 does not have any link or any full adjacency with area 0 itself, right? So I hope this have been helpful. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.